Okay, I am off to make reparation to the Sacred Heart. So I was just in a store down in South Tampa, and there was an Indian guy who waited on me. So when I walked in, there was a Buddha, and he was burning incense in front of the Buddha. So it bothered me to be there, you know. So I said, "You believe in God?" "Yes, yes." He said, "A supreme power." I said, "I believe in God." He said, "Why, you don't?" I said, "I do." I said, "I believe in Jesus Christ." So I explained to him what the Trinity was. And then he told me, "Yes, yes, I believe in him too." So I said, "Or you believe that thing is God that you're burning incense in front of?" He goes, "Yes." So they believe in pantheism. And what that means is that God is in all things. Now, it happens to be true that God sustains all things. But it is not true to believe in the heresy of immanentism. That's what it is. And if you want to see what immanentism is, go to Pope Pius X, Pascendi Dominici Regis, where he condemns this philosophical heresy, immanentism. In fact, there is a movie called um, Ben-Hur. It's a classic. The problem with Ben-Hur is that one of the Roman soldiers says to the other, "Who is this Jesus?" And the response he got was, "He said God is in all things." That's an error. And so we have immanentism. And so it's a terrible, terrible thing. Anyway, I said, "You believe that thing is God?" He says, "Yes." I said, "Well," and it was gold color. I said, "What is that made out of?" He said, "I don't know." I said, "If that were gold, would you leave it in the store?" The thing was the size of a little kid's chair. You know those little chairs that kids sit on, 3, 4-year-old kids? I said, he goes, "If that was gold, do you think I'd leave it here?" I said, "If that was God, couldn't he protect himself if it were gold?" And then I left. And so I'm going to make reparation to the Sacred Heart of Jesus for the blasphemies and the indignities and the coldness that he received in the Blessed Sacrament. Here's a man burning a candle in front of a Buddha. Yet how many Catholics will burn a blessed candle today to honor the Sacred Heart? Or how many Catholics will make a visit to Jesus Christ in the Blessed Sacrament today? Who are absolutely able to do so? How many? A handful? That's not enough, folks. That's not enough. God has withdrawn himself from us. We have a man who calls himself the Pope, who is promoting false religions by telling Catholics not to proselytize non-Catholics. And in so doing, he promotes other religions. And so we need to make reparation. We need to beg God to give us back our church, okay? Give us a true pope. Promise that you'll visit him. Promise that you'll do as much as you can. When Thursday night comes, do a holy hour, making reparation to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. The Ninevites did penance, and God withdrew his promise to destroy the city. We can change this, what's happening. Do penance. Pray. Shut the televisions off. Put the cell phones down. Grab your rosary beads and say 5 decades. Say the beads of the Sacred Heart. Read Father Cruzet's devotion to the Sacred Heart book. And mortify yourself. Today, I offered the virtue of patience. And I promised the Blessed Virgin while I went to work that I would practice very diligently patience. And so far it has worked out very well. And there were lots of trials. But you know what? I said, Mother, when I become impatient, let me think of Jesus dropping the cross repeatedly and picking it up again. And yesterday, I saw a man, about 30 years old, who needed help to get his crutches because he had 2 fake legs. And he was wearing shorts. This man has come to accept the loss of his life. It looks like he's a war victim, and lost his leg. Who am I to be impatient? And I saw that and I thanked God for my leg. So, let me leave you with this. We can make up for the lack of love the Sacred Heart receives. A way to love God is to thank him for your benefits. One of the ways to make up for ingratitude is to thank God for everything you have. To make up for all of the things God does for people for which he receives no gratitude. And so you can thank him for other people's gifts. That's it. I'm now going in front of the Blessed Sacrament to make reparation to the heart of Jesus. For everyone who watches this channel, for all of your intentions, and for all of the desires, both